Nya. Akumi mina. Na genki. How is everyone doing today? Yabe. There we go. Alright, so how is everyone doing today? Yeah. Probably listening on this week. Yeah. Go, then we're adding a hashtag. Right, hashtag. Right. We're fixing this. Then we're fixing this. Alright, then we're moving this one. And right. And we're posting this. Right? Yeah? Can we post? Wait, crap. Yeah, okay. And we're adding the link here. Post all. There we go. Now that that's been sent out, let's turn on the airco because it's getting pretty hot in here. There we go. And yeah. Let's get right onto it and move on to the gaming screen. Hi. We will have to... Oh, this is not a dating sim. This is actually just a visual novel. So we will be following a story instead of allowing us to... it's more visual style. So it doesn't give us many options to choose. So we can't really change much on in the game itself. But we will be following the amazing story. I figured, don't worry. But yeah, this definitely is one of my most favorites. So I hope all of you will also get captured inside of the story. Let me see, then I can move this one into... also do let me know if the sound is too loud or not. This one can be minimized. This one can be sent on the side. Let's see what happens if I now turn it on full screen. Will it keep my tabs the same? Of course it will not. Will it or will it not? That is the question. The answer is, it will not. And it's pain. Because I need to see chat. Hi Ellie, welcome. Come back, welcome as well. This is so annoying. Just let me watch. Look at my screens. Okay, let's see if this works. Since this is a pretty old visual novel, like this visual novel is from 7 years ago. But their full screen options at that time. Oh, there we go. Okay, at least I'm able to see chat now. I'm not able to interact with anything. Also, they have Korean voice as well. Oh. Okay. So the BGM is currently on here. And again, to let me know if the sound is too loud or it needs to be less loud or needs to be more louder or anything like that. Well then, also the girl we're speaking with is actually voiced. So it will not be a one male voice voicing everything. Do not worry at all. The girl is actually voiced. So yeah, let's get right onto it. And yeah, this story will get you guys. Let's start. All right, select advanced text. Hi. Daijoubu. The 3 laws of robotics. 1. A robot may not injure a human being, or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. 2. A robot must obey the orders given it by the one possessing control or authority, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. Okay, so the first law is robot may not injure a human being or come to harm. So that's good. That's a good law to have. We'd rather have no Terminator AI going all over the place here. October 12th. Us. Okay, let's see. Scenario by SR. Ah, it's so bright. Yuppie. As I turn onto the main street, I flexively cover my eyes. Neon signs are as blindingly bright as ever, and those animated holoverts are even worse. Whoever came up with the idea to add sound to those holos should be gone. They're all giving me a headache. Oh, so we're like getting blinded by the holo things. Okay. This place has really changed in the last few years. Korea's really come up in the world. All around you can see signs of progress. Maybe a bit too fast. Too soon. Maybe if I just close my... Wait, do I actually accidentally went for Korean? Nope, nothing's changed. In fact, the signs look even... Let me double check for a second though. Yeah, Japanese... No, okay. Just wanted to make sure. Maybe I'm just feeling a bit out of it. Could be the weather. Change of scenery is in order. I'll take a shortcut home. Get away from this visual audio assault. Oh no. Which shortcut shall we be taking? Programming. Chaos. Characters. CG UI design. Defender. K Robotics Co. Ltd. Phew. That's better. Just what the doctor ordered. I can still hear the noise in the distance, but at least it's faint now. Gotta admit, this place is a spooky vibe. No one's around, plus the area looks pretty run down. I half expect a ghost to pop out as I walk along. Still, my eyes sure appreciate the break. A massive building on the side catches my attention. K Robotics Co. Ltd. Bet that's what it says on the main gates. One of the biggest robotic manufacturers. Oh, so they create robots. They're world renowned. Even I've heard of them. They get a lot of news coverage, being a frequent topic around school as well. The company's claim to fame are their advanced Android series. Not that I would know. Despite being bombarded by marketing everywhere, for me. I'm the kind of person who prefers analog clocks over digital, pianos over synthesizers, acoustic guitars over electric. We're really like, we're a fan of the old-fashioned. And finally, real people over androids. I spot what appears to be crumpled hills of metal in the distance. Yep, their junkyard is my shortcut home. Totally illegal, of course. So I don't intend to kill God. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a good choice to do. Cameo casting: Andrew Warner, Jayon Lim, contributors Alex and some other people. That's a bunch of scrap indeed. Here we are, a scrapyard for all lost hopes and dreams. Everything here is automated. No one's watching the place. Well, there are these tin can-like robots that scurry around like spiders. Probably sort through all this junk for any good stuff. And then there's a lone sentry mob. As long as I don't let it spot me, no alarm goes off. Okay, so we need to avoid it. Got it. It's worked for me so far. After all, robots are fundamentally stupid. Like my classmate told me. At company's dumping grounds, I heard you can find some real goodies from time to time. If you're lucky, that is. Sadly, I've scoped this place out on the previous trips. And so far, I've come up empty. Guess Lady Luck's just not with me. Where I can tell it's useful, as I'm not really a robophile. Knowing me, it's probably both. Whatever. Didn't come here for a treasure hunt anyway. Forget about the scrap. This is only a shortcut home. Cutting through this place, I can shave off almost 10 minutes. Oh, wow. That does sound pretty good. Risky, but worth it. I intentionally ignored the no trespassing signs scattered all over the place. However, today was different. As I started making my way through, something caught my eye. Oh? What is it? Did we spot more metal? Is that? Ahead of me. Can barely make it out. Squinting, I come closer. It looks like... Wait. A person? A woman, lying on the ground. She's not moving. Unconscious? Maybe she's hurt? Or something worse? Growing a bit concerned, I forgot all about the sentry, and I just stumbled upon a crime scene that might end up on tomorrow morning's headline news. She needs help, and since I'm the only one around... Let's go. I dash towards the fallen maiden to lend assistance, but as I get close, I stop in my tracks. I had to do a double take. That's no woman. You gotta be kidding me. Aww. It's so close to the real deal. My eyes closed, tightly shut. Platinum hued hair that seemed to almost sparkle. From afar, it looks like a person. But up close, there's no mistaking it. An android. Abandoned robot. Wait, that's a robot? Yappy. They're so advanced. Use this piece of junk. Don't scare me like that. Although I've never owned an android. I've seen quite a few around me. The newest models look like the real McCoy, at least from a distance. That's pretty advanced tech. Scary advanced. To prevent confusion, androids are imprinted with serial codes. Each model has its own unique number. I spot the android's code near its belly. I blow off the dust to get a better look at it. It reads BIM001, number 1, with a design that I've never seen before. Maybe it's a prototype. It looks brand new. If so, then what's it doing here? A failed experiment? It's caked with dust from head to toe. All in all, it's a pretty sad sight. It also hasn't moved a single inch. Looks like it's out cold. Hey, wake up. Curiosity gets the better of me. I decided to test it out. Voice recognition is a standard feature for all androids nowadays. Let's see if it responds to my voice. Nope. Hey, say something. Still nothing. Come on, they're gonna cut you open at this rate. Deliver a light kick to the robot's leg. Oh? Upon contact, it starts to show a sign of life. Its arms spasm as the thing throttles out beeping sounds. Still pretty rigid. The scene looks like it was plucked straight out of an old sci-fi film. Looks like it's running on reserves. Power. I guess it's still got a bit of juice left. Those jittery movements are making me feel a bit nervous. The light in its eyes have yet to return. And we begin to spot a pattern in its actions. It looks as if it's greeting me with a wave. Trying desperately to keep my attention. Oh? I glance around. I hear a screeching sound nearby. The sound of metal being crushed. It's probably those little robots doing their job. I can tell that they're close. They'll probably reach this place in less than 10 minutes. And shred this android into a million pieces. Its existence will soon come to an end. I kind of feel sorry for this thing. I began to sympathize with the robot, because I realized just how much trouble it was in. Despite being dusty, it's still in a pretty good shape. With some polish, that looked pretty decent. Even in its current condition, the thing still be in service. So, why was it chucked? What happened to its product launch? Looking at it like that, it'll be a waste. All of that hard work down the drain. Maybe with a bit of tinkering, I might be able to get it up and running again. Part of me was starting to pity the robot, but the other part was calling me an idiot. I don't need an android in the first place. Plus, I don't like them. To use one around the house, it's unthinkable, and my father would be none too happy about it. I prefer classical music over rock. Classic literature over pulp fiction. Finally, humans over androids. Let's face it, I have no use for an android. Eventually, this robot will be scrapped, or the old parts recycled, with the whole cycle starting anew. Alert! Intruder detected. Yappe. They found me. They found us. Damn it, I've been spotted by that guard robot. The most troublesome one. If I don't make a run for it, I'm screwed. Leaving it would be the smart thing to do. I gotta go. See ya. See ya. Bye bye. We're back at the room. There's gotta be something wrong with me. Bye. Of course. Of course we took the robot home. Of course we did. But smart's never been my strong suit. Now I'm lugging this thing home. And I'm already starting to regret it. Back in my room, I try to scrub some of the filth of its chassis. I do the best I can with the wreck soaked in water. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. That's all I have to do for now. Guess it makes sense to think be waterproof. So no harm done. Now, for the next issue. How do I interact with this thing? Hey, you! Its arms begin to flail. Respond! Oh, it is responding. Why does stuff always keeps falling around me? If you don't want to be thrown away again, just show me something. Anything besides flailing your arms? I take it that's a no. Should have left you in the junkyard. This is somewhat aggravating. Like talking to a brick wall. This is why I hate machines. They're stupid. And this hunk of junk seems a few transistors short of a motherboard. I'm starting to get a little ticked off. Why do I even bother? Don't do something you might regret. This old saying has never been wrong. Okay, deep breath. Let's consider all possibilities. Maybe it's unreserved power. Recharge might do the trick. I grab a power cord and... Wait a minute. Hey, where am I supposed to plug this in? Jalbe. Never used an Android before, so obviously I wouldn't know. Maybe your nose? Maybe it's just my imagination, but I don't think it likes that prospect. I don't think it likes that either. Perhaps it's trying to tell me that I'm wrong. I imagined the android with an electric cord up its nose. It would be quite a sight. Ah! Sokka! Shall we save, just in case? We have options. It would be quite a sight. Shall we try plugging it in the nose? Or shall we not? I want to not plug it into the nose. But also content. It's either us being very moral and understanding of the robot and not plugging it into the nose. Or saying, screw it. Content equals all. Well, content it is. Alright, come here, you. I approached the robot with a 220-volt plug in my hand. Now you could definitely tell that it was panicking. Out of pity, I decided not to push it further. Then, how should I power this thing? I examined the robot carefully. Maybe I've missed something. Oh? Huh? It's starting to jerk its body from side to side. It seems like it wants to turn around. Something on your back? Taking the hint, I checked the back of its head. Let's see. What have we here? There's a small compartment at the base of its neck. I remove its protective lid. These look like input ports. Bingo! Let's give it a go. Looping the power cable around, I plug it in. Flip. Oh?
Main system の起動成功
It talks! Finally! We've got liftoff!
アプリケーション起動失敗
Oh. Huh?
電力不足システムのプロテクション起動中アプリケーション起動不可節電モードに移行
Okay.
警告所有者が登録されていません5秒後に所有者登録に移ります
It's going to explode.
1
What the heck is going on?
正門確認一体何が始まるんだ正門記録完了
Nice. What? Hold on a second. I frantically latch onto the robot.
指紋確認脈拍正常体温正常指紋登録完了
Say what now? I let go of the robot immediately.
視覚情報スキャン、視覚情報確認、イメージ登録完了。
It's on a roll, and I don't think it's about to stop anytime soon.
名前を登録します。所有者のお名前は何ですか？
What is happening?
名前を確認します。所有者の名前はなんだよ一体で間違いありませんか？
Yes, yes, our name is What is happening. That's our name from now on. Ikuzo. What do you think?
名前の登録失敗。繰り返します。名前を登録します。所有者の名前は何ですか？名前の登録失敗。ステータス登録の保留完了。以上で所有者の登録を終了します。
Oh, so the registration is complete. Well, that's nice. However, the registration for what? Abruptly, silence. It felt as if a tornado had just ripped through the scene. I gripped my head in frustration. Ah, I really shouldn't have brought this thing home after all. This is already the third time regretting it today. Why do I keep pushing myself? The robot's facing me. Its eyes still have that vacant look. Like having a porcelain doll on the shelf. At least the creep factor has gone down a notch since it moved. I decide to throw a few questions at it. Hey, I'm gonna ask you something, so listen up and try to answer. You can do that, right? I'm so rude to the robot. But not responding him anymore. Its head tilts slightly to the side. I'll take that as a yes. Better than I expected, given our track record. Moving on. Oh? Oh, are you going to talk to the android or talk to ourselves? Yeah. As if I was gonna, yeah. For real though. Oh, we already talk to ourselves. Always. Let's talk to the robot instead. Like we're some crazy person. So, what exactly are you?
言葉の意味を理解できません。
You don't have a name?
モデル名ルーシー・バレンタイン PIM001
Okay. So her model name is Lucy Valentine. And then code 001, meaning it's the first model. Okay. And what's the PIM stand for?
Precision Instrument for Multipurposing PIM001 ルーシーは既存の特化タイプに反し、いつどんな状況でも所有者のお役に立てるよう数百種類のさまざまな状況を想定し考案された多目的アンドロイドです。
Wow, she really has difficult talking. Also again guys, if the sound is too low, just let me know. Also of the voice I can up it, all of them, so just let me know.
いくつもの新技術が集約されています。
That's a mouthful. Yeah, it definitely is. Versatile. Latest features. I wasn't expecting those words from a piece of junk that could only move its arms up and down a moment ago. In short, your name is Lucy Valentine. The android named Lucy is waiting for my next words. Let's try taking a closer look. Oh, we can click on her. Just in case we're going to save. Okay. Yeah. It looks as good as new after the wiping I gave it. It possesses an alluring visage and a slender figure. Regardless of gender, I have to admit that it truly is a beautiful design. I spot something on its left ear. Receiver? The robot looks like a teenage girl. Guess that's what they were aiming for. I can tell that a lot of effort had been put into creating this android. Even I can tell it's a premium model. It'd be a waste to throw it away. What else can we do? I take a closer look at the android's eyes. They're blue and strikingly realistic. As expected from technology, one whole generation ahead of LED lights. Those eyes do look quite real. Suddenly, those beavers shift over to me. Naturally, I mean their gaze.
眼球形態の高性能カメラが2つ搭載されています。
Okay.
人間と同じ感覚で物を感知することができます。
Oh wow. Is that so? I take it back. Creeper Factor's still there. I said not to look at them again. They make me feel uncomfortable. I take a gander at the robot's moist, glossy lips. Hard to believe those belong to the same robo-clunky voice. Let's see if we can change that. What's the deal with your voice?
現在、音声関連のモジュールを使用しておりません。
Oh?
ルーシー・バレンタインは基本的に10種類の個性あふれる音声のプリセットを備え、各種イコライザー機能を内蔵することで数えきれないほどの多様な音声を派生することができます。
Okay. So I've got 10 choices. Why can't you use them right now?
ほとんどの機能は正常モードおよびプロテクションが解除された状態でのみ使用可能です。節電モードでは通常の 5% 未満に該当する機能しか活用できません。
Oh wow, so this is only 5% of her total features, damn. The solution is?
最低 20% 以上の動力が残っていなければ正常モードに移行することはできません。
Okay. How long does it take for a full recharge?
0を基準に睡眠モード時には合計8時間、通常モード時には合計16時間が必要です。
Okay. I hope the electricity bill doesn't go through the roof. Can't believe I'm acting like a skinflint in front of a robot. That's just silly. Forget about power saving mode. What's system protection mode?
ほとんどの機能に制限があります。通常の家 活動のためにプロテクションの解除が必要不可欠です。
And how do we get to that?
わかりません。
Ah. Come again?
わかりません。何らかの必要性があり、ロック機能がかかっていると思われます。解除は望ましくありません。
Okay. Listen, you talking toaster. Yeah, talking toaster. I'm this close to throwing you out. Well, I'll have to take it to a repair shop first thing tomorrow. When does that place open again? I decide to take a look at the robot's ears.
音声認識機能で相手の音幅、音色、音程などを分析し、対象の気分や意図をあらかた把握することができます。
すげえ。I haven't asked you anything yet. Let's see what else. Take a look at the body itself. The shirts that mirror fashion. It's quite exposed overall. For a male clientele, chest area seems a little... Not that I care or anything. I'm sure you do, but... Can you move properly now?
モーションを構成するほとんどの模造筋肉パーツが正常に機能していません。
Which ones are you talking about?
デルトイド、アンテリオード、デルトイド、ミドレッド、デルトイド、ポステリオード、
yes.
ペクトラリス、メジャー、クラビキュラー、ペクトラリス、メジャー、ラテラル、バイセプス、メディアル、バイセプス、ラテラル、バイセプス。
Yes, we completely know what she's talking about, of course. Okay, that's enough. What planet did this thing come from? From now on, try to keep things simple. Can you walk?
不可能です。
Oh, that is simple. Thank you. Keeps getting better. Fixing it is the only option, it seems. I think I'm starting to get the picture now. Let's do a little recap. First, this android's name is Lucy Valentine. Second, it's supposedly a top-of-the-line model. Third, as of now, it's no better than a talking tin can. And there you have it. No choice. Guess I'll take it in for repairs. I'm not exactly rotting in greenbacks. If the worst comes to worst, maybe I can still pawn it for a little bit of... Oh no! Dare you? It's not like I'll feel guilty about it. Yes, you will. I'll feel guilty about it. No, we'll actually fix you. Heard of this antique shop? It's close to my school. And they do robot repairs on the side. Looks like they're my best bet. I'll pay them a visit tomorrow. But at what time? I guess morning's the best option. I'll leave the robot with them and pick it up on my way home from school. That's it for now. Try to save up some energy for tomorrow.
5秒後に睡眠モードに入ります。5、4、3、2、1。
And then it explodes. Ooh. That was a pretty fast shutdown. I groan as I reach out to catch its falling body. I carefully place it against the wall and straighten out its clothes. Phew. What a day. I'm totally drained. I hope tomorrow will be more peaceful. Let's see what tomorrow will bring us. The 3 laws of robotics. 1. A robot may not injure a human being, or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. 2. A robot must obey the orders given it by the one possessing control or authority, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. 3. A robot must protect its own existence, as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. May 3. Doctor. I've ventured this far with just one goal in mind. There hasn't been a single day where I could rest. It's become natural to go to bed at the crack of dawn. I don't recall the last time I've been home. Thinking back, it's been quite a long while. Oh? 15 years. 15 years have passed since I've started this project. But the end is near. 15 years of hard work and determination. After all this time, the fruits of my labor may finally be realized. How long have I yearned for this day? Almost given up on you many times. But I've persevered and finally succeeded. I barely managed to hold back the tears. I remind myself that it's still too early to celebrate. I must restrain my exuberance. I'm really going on the difficult words now, aren't I? I'm teetering on the brink of complete exhaustion. I've been pushed physically and mentally to my limits. I've become a shell of my former self. The last 15 years have taken a huge toll on me. I cannot wait any longer. That is why, please open your eyes. Lucy, wait, who is this doctor? Lucy Valentine. Wait, who's the doctor? Is it the creator of Lucy? Donde? The 3 laws of robotics. 1. A robot may not injure a human being, or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. 2. A robot must obey the orders given it by the one possessing control or authority, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. Hi. October 13th. Us. This is us again. Okay. I shut off the alarm by reflex. I groggily get up to check the time. The clock reads 6:30 a.m. School starts at 8 sharp. It takes 30 minutes to get there, so I have about 1 extra hour. There's plenty of time left, and I'm still feeling tired. Oof, pain. Closing my eyes, I lie back down. I decide to catch some more Z's. After a brief moment, I get back up. I realize that I'd been forgetting something. Come to think of it, wasn't there a... Look around for the android. Oh, she's still asleep. And there it was, dressed in provocative clothing. With a tall nose, luscious lips, and hair glinting in silver. The android named Lucy came into my view. Lucy. As I call out to her, I'm greeted by an immediate reaction. It seems to be revving itself up. It mutters something and starts to rise off the floor. Robot looks no different to those of a real person. Also with a pretty face to boot. Don't get the wrong idea. Just because it's attractive doesn't mean I'm interested. Since it's a robot. In other words, it's like checking out a girl from a vacancy. Javé. Except that feeling is amplified tenfold in this case. Although technology is improving, a huge gap remains between humans and robots. You can't approach a person like you would with a robot. No matter how close a robot could simulate a human being, machine and man will always be different. As I continue staring at the android, I think to myself, what kind of greeting should I be using here? Good morning? Did you sleep well? They all feel out of place. I decide to ask about her condition instead. How are your battery levels?
100%
Oh,
チャー
nice.
ジ完了。問題は見つかりませんでした。
That's good. Good to know. Oh, I let out a yawn and make my way over to the bathroom. Finishing up my morning ablutions, I dry myself up with the towel as I head downstairs. Entering the living room, I spot a couple of plain sandwiches on the table. Grabbing one, I start munching down. It's always the same sandwich from the convenience store just across the street. While chewing, I glance around the living room. My father has already left for work. He always leaves early and returns late at night. Actually, he typically spends the night at work. That's how it is around here. Yabe. I head back to my room. The android is waiting for me in the exact same spot. Looks like it hasn't budged an inch. As expected from a robot. Putting that aside, I start to prepare for school. While packing my bag, I start to wonder if the robot has any magical self-regenerating abilities. How do you feel now that you're fully charged? Are you able to walk? Its head slowly turns to face
下
me.
半身の関節部分に相当の負荷を感知。通常の任務を行うのは不可能と判断。
Oof.
よって修理を要求します。
Keep things simple, remember?
まだ歩けません。
Fair. Well, that's simple. Still, aren't you a real pain? Anyway, I understand. Not even going to make the attempt to fix it myself. I'm way out of my depth here. I'll see what happens once I take it to the repair shop. Just about finished packing. Only thing left is the android itself. So, how am I going to lock this thing? Place it in my backpack. Hell yeah. Or putting her in her backpack. Sounds good. Go on, get in there. It's too big to fit inside my backpack. What was I expecting? I should try to use my brain next. No, it should have worked. Why wouldn't Lucy fit inside of her backpack? Miraculous challenge. Nice. We got an achievement for that one. Place it in my backpack. Quit messing around. It's not going to fit. Oh, great. It's going to fit inside my backpack. they really want us to choose this one. Oh, let's carry it. Guess there's no other choice. I kneel down, facing away from the robot. Alright, hop onto my back. Till its head to the side, looking confused. After noticing that, I start to get a little irritated. Top of the line? Yeah, alright. It's supposed to explain every little thing. Listen up. Put your arms around my neck and climb onto my back. Can you do that? Follows my instructions to the letter.
確認要請。この方法で合っていますか？
Stop, I surrender. A strangling grip loosens. I collapse to my knees in a coughing fit, thinking I nearly blacked out there. Are you trying to murder me? There's no need to put that much force into it. Just do it enough not to fall off. Honest to God. Thought I was a goner. That thing's got a steel vice chokehold. This android should look to be world wrestling champion. Okay, let's try that again. Second time's the charm. Rising off the floor, I brace myself for the extra weight. Huh? But lo and behold, it was deceptively light. I think I'm coming around to appreciating this first-class robot. And lift off. The weather's not too bad. The brisk autumn breeze is cool against my skin. I gladly inhale the crisp morning air, letting last night's stress melt away. The streets are still quiet, which is good. The less there are to see this, the better. Especially with what I'm lugging on my back. Let's see here. Where's the repair shop? If memory serves, it should be about 50 minutes away. Which is a relief. I'm not really what you'd call a fit guy. Not sure I can schlep this thing much longer. And now this robot's fidgeting. Hold on tighter so you don't fall off. It feels like I'm scolding a child. Hey, stop moving around so much. Aww. I could feel the android through my clothes. Its texture feels surprisingly similar to a human's. I'd noticed it yesterday, yet it manages to surprise me again today. And that's not the only thing. It's warm to the touch. Feels as if I'm carrying an actual person. Probably just its heating system. That would explain it. Wow, feels just like a real person. I muttered to myself absent-mindedly.
冷却器および温度計は正常に作動しています。
Say what?
人間の温度を目安に精密な発熱量の調節を繰り返し行っています。
Oh wow. Good to know. Motherboards and microprocessors consisting of various computer chips. There must be thousands of those inside a single android. The heat emanating from the machine. It's as warm as a human skin. It feels just like us. But it's not a real person. Just an elaborate fake. Sometimes I fear what progress in technology would bring to the future. Do you know where we're headed? With a word, robot shakes its head sideways. We're going to a place that'll get you fixed up. When they begin the repairs, you need to be still and quiet. So they won't be distracted. Do you understand? Hey, I'm asking if you understood. Say something. Maybe it took my command literally. I just hope it got my message. Letting out a frustrated sigh, I resume walking. It will be about time for my classmates to head in. I begin to hurry so as to avoid running into anyone that might recognize me. I arrive at the place in an aching and huffing mess. Yeah, I figured, like you said, we're already unfit and then you start running. Sure has the look of a small antique shop, though mostly dealing in second-hand goods. They do dabble in robot repairs. Word is there's even a fixer who likes robotics. And that he's half decent. Normally, I wouldn't be caught in a place like this, but these are unusual circumstances. Let's bring her in. What? A customer already? Hold on a second. Talk about a grumpy demeanor. After a while, a man emerges from the back, scratching his head. And judging from that none too pleasant expression, I'm pretty sure the guy is not an early riser. Tiffling a yawn, he asks. So, what can I do for you so early in the morning? Unable to move my arms, I just stare at the android draped over my back with my chin. Can you fix this? Is that an android? Wiping his tired eyes, he gazes intently at the robot. Let me see here. I don't think I've ever seen this model before. I spot a glint of curiosity in those sleepy, half-closed eyes of his. He walks over to take a closer look. Well, I'm stumped. Can't make it out the model. It's probably some obscure model from an unknown company or it's never actually been released to the public. Where'd you get this, kid? Well, how should I play this? You might call the cops on me. As what I did was clearly illegal, so what should I say? Okay, what can we say? What found it lying somewhere outside. It fell from the sky. It fell from the sky. Back in middle school, I confessed to my first love. The tension, the drama. It's something I won't be able to forget as long as I live. Capturing those emotions within my lips, I say the following words to that most assumed. It fell from the sky. Right, sure it did. He's sharper than I thought. I liked it. Hey, you don't want to tell me, that's fine. Not my business to cry. After flashing a charming grin, he resumed examining the android. Now, I don't know where this thing is exactly from. But it's definitely not from the S company. Mind if I take a closer look? Go right ahead. I set down the robot. The repairman examines it meticulously from head to toe. The android's like a statue. Its eyes staring right at me. Good thing I told it to stay quiet before we got here. Numbers on its belly here. B-I-M. Must be from K Robotics. Suddenly grow a bit nervous. This guy's sharper than he looks. Well, no choice but to write this. I play dumb. K Robotics, you said? That's right. They're close by. And how can you... I recognize the build. This make... KR are the only ones that can produce this level of quality. And something's not right. There's the androids. I've seen my fair share, but this model's a complete unknown. Are you like the only child of that company's president or something? No. Then I guess you really did find it somewhere. Consider yourself damn lucky. Not a single bit of information has been released about this model yet. That's how new it is. Looks like I've hit the jackpot. Sure doesn't feel like it though. Wait a minute, what's this? A nasty frown forms on his face. Something wrong? Yeah, you could say that. Suddenly he starts fussing like a little kid. What kind of sicko would do this? Just look at it, the whole frame's ruined. It won't even be able to move around properly on its own. He was right. Pretty savvy of him to point that out. I guess he's the real deal after all. So you think you can fix it? That's not the main issue here. There's something more important. What's that? Do you have the resolve to take proper care of an android? The resolve? Where'd this come from? Listen, androids break easily. They're fragile. They're sensitive. They're delicate. Do you get what I'm saying here? He emphasizes his point 3 times. That's how passionate he was about it. I can see that he really loves his robots. But at the same time, he's starting to freak me out. He continues to rant. For a lot of people, androids are nothing but fancy toys nowadays. I mean, those kinds of folks pay for my food and my bills. But whenever I hear about how they've been mistreating their androids, I tend to lose my temper. I don't understand how important these creatures really are to us. I inadvertently take a small step back. Creatures. This man just referred to androids as creatures. He's not right in the head. Time to time, there have been people who fall in love with androids. Not just carnal desire. Talking about people who are willing to spend the rest of their lives with androids. Treating them as equals. It's a controversial topic that's getting more discussion. It's an abnormal normality spawning from an advancing civilization with constant innovation and technology. Someone who's never seen it happen firsthand, I've always refused to believe it. I can't believe such people actually exist. An android simply lacks the intellect to be paired up with a human being. It's nothing but a glorified hunk of metal that can make our lives a bit easier. I'd rather spend my entire life with a monkey. No, you won't. You won't. Sure you won't. I'm sure he's lying. I mean, we did pick up Lucy for a reason. I'd rather at least monks are actual living creatures. They share many of the similarities with humans. This is my first-hand experience with such a case. But I feel more disappointed than shocked. You seem perfectly normal. Yes, you just can't judge a book by its cover. I'll get it fixed, but you'd better treat it right. Got it? Really? I'm not the one who banged it up in the first place. Even so, I don't feel like it's worth starting an argument over. Let's just get this over with. Crystal. Yeah. What a great kid. At least you listen when someone tells you something. Since we're all chummy now, how about lowering your price? Ha! Don't push your luck, kid. That was a full 180. Javé. We tried our best. So much for our budding friendship. You know what? Fine, half price, since you're my first customer of the day. Nice! I'm relieved to hear that. Any discounts are most certainly welcome. Great, can you have it ready by the end of school? It's a pretty light day, so yeah, it's doable. He punches some numbers into his calculator, then he shows me the results. I was planning on charging you only about this much. What do you think? I blink out for a bit. There are a lot of video games that I've always wanted to buy. Also need to save up for new textbooks that I'll be using next year. This robot had better pay for itself. Fine, I'll pay you when I come back. Ordering out my treasured pocket watch, I glanced at the time. I've wasted way too much time here. An outdated gear clocker in this day and age. I like it. It's a nostalgic charm. I'm aware that these type of watches are hard to find. But more importantly, this is my personal way of rebelling against this continuously developing society. Hey, you piece of junk. Can't you hear me? No response. I finally decide to address it by name. Lucy. The robot immediately reacts. What's with this thing? I'll be back after school. Behave yourself, alright? The android wobbles its head back and forth. I'm hoping it understood me. And with that, I leave the shop. Well, on to school we go. Don't worry, we won't be learning Japanese here. Don't worry about any traumas. School. I hightail it towards my high school. I'm in second year. While running, a movie I saw recently springs to mind. An old sci-fi flick set in the year 2050. All these oldies seem to be lacking in one thing. Creativity. Few showcase large-scale space battles. Others with their flying vehicles soaring through the sky. Well, guess what? It's 2050, and we don't have moon-sized starships. Damn it! There goes my moon-sized starships plans. Flying cars zipping around. People still walk to school. People still drive normal vehicles. People still ride bicycles and skateboards. Some people still use old fountain pens or pocket watches like me. But there exists a single piece of technology that's become more prominent in our lives. Androids. They're being used everywhere around the world. That's one thing these age films got right. So it looks like in 2050 we can expect androids. The morning bell snaps me from my reverie, and I dash straight to my classroom. Please refrain from running in the hallways. Janitor android scolds me as I rush past it. This type is facial recognition software to report any transgressor. Like me, except I simply cover my face and there's no record. You gotta know how to exploit the system. Well, that's one way to exploit it. Yeah. Save! Bolstered by my recent victory. Oh, crap. With my recent victory, I strut towards my desk with a confident swagger. I notice that the teacher's not in yet. I plunk down in my seat while still huffing. That was pretty close. Did you sleep in again? That concern-filled voice is coming from the guy sitting next to me. A clever-looking fellow. We usually refer to him by his nickname, Dr. Gears. That's because he's a real geek, with a burning passion for robots. I, on the other hand, despise robots. And while I'd label myself an introvert, he's very approachable and outgoing. Moreover, our tastes and hobbies differ quite a lot. We think we have nothing to do with each other. As they say, opposites attract. I know, weird, right? No, I just had some business to take care of. Really? This early in the morning? It's a long story. I'm cut short by a middle-aged man making his entry. Our teacher. A female assistant android trails behind. Let's talk about this later. I send him a signal. He returns a thumbs up. Okay, so the thumbs up has not disappeared in 2050. Lunchtime rolls by. I take out my freshly bought pieces of bread. Dr. Gears does likewise with a very appealing lunchbox. The desks have been joined together. On mine there are a couple of pieces of fried croquettes with a carton of chocolate milk. My friend, on the other hand, has quite a tasty spread on his, which he seems to be enjoying immensely. I've heard that this maid android makes it for him. He has a maid android? Yappé. And the food doesn't look half bad. Then again, anything looks better to a poor schmuck like me who eats bread every day. Problem with your food? Or... never mind. Problem indeed. I bite down on a croquette. Delicately piercing its golden, crispy, warm surface, a savory scent wafts forth. The sweet flavor of the dough mingles with the tantalizing aroma, creating a heavenly mixture. That's not all. The creme inside unleashes its softness as it slowly melts upon my tongue. For the vegetables in the mixture provide a strong, rich flavor. The eggs and mashed potatoes join the fray by pleasantly blending in with the other ingredients. This refined taste. It must be. Had you going there, didn't I? Setting you aside a sex excuse for a rubber substitute. Nice. I pose a question to Dr. Gears. By the way, didn't you once tell me that you have a lot of androids at home? Huh? Yeah, around 6 of them? Yeah, around 6 I think. That's a high number. Typical household can't afford that many. Rumors that Gears is from a well-to-do family. Why does that interest? It's nothing. Oh, wait a minute. He starts grinning like an idiot. Hey, your food's falling out of your mouth, you know. You've taken a liking to androids, haven't you? So you're calling off this little war of ours? More like a temporary truce. Good enough. Androids is simply amazing, you know. Truly the greatest invention that science has delivered since the beginning of mankind. There are quite a few types. My favorite is the maid models. They take care of all the chores and really know how to cook. Well, that sounds really helpful. On top of that, the female ones are all pretty cute. Sometimes I find myself admiring their beauty. You've got one sick, twisted mind of yours. Don't you know that people can achieve inner peace with beauty? It's been proven by science, you know. I shake my head wearily. I admire his enthusiasm over something so petty, though. Really. Look, it's what's on the inside that counts. What are you talking about? Appearance don't matter, it's still a crummy, stupid robot. Here's an example using people. Let's say there's a person with a pretty face, but he's a man. Does the fact that he's got a woman's face change anything? No, he's ultimately a man. Likewise, even if I see a beautiful android, since it's ultimately a robot, its aesthetics don't matter anymore. It just becomes an illusion. What I'm trying to say is, even if a robot acts like a person, it's not. Therefore, all robots are the same to me, and I dislike them all. I guess you still haven't changed your mind. But there has to be a reason why you brought it up, right? Normally, you wouldn't ever talk about it. Well, yeah. If you're looking to buy one, I'm here for you, man. I'll make sure to fill you in on everything you need to know. Telling you, you'll be making the greatest purchase of your life. In response, I rubbed my cheeks in embarrassment. I'm not exactly looking to buy one. Could it be you're worried about the price, my friends? Don't worry. I have some connections that will let you have one dirt cheap. As long as I'm with you, there won't be any problems. No, it's not that. There's no need to buy one. No, just what do you mean by that? Fidgeting awkwardly, I wonder if I should tell everything. I found one somewhere. Found what? An android. You found an android? Yeah. Where? At the junkyard. Holy, you lucky bastard. Is it something like an IDX 358 or a 455? What model is it? Something that starts with a P, I, B. Something that starts with a P. I can't remember. Someone told me it's a pretty recent model, but I haven't seen anything impressive yet. Might as well give it some time though. It was free after all. Now you've made me curious. I'll be sure to pay you a visit soon. Pauses for a moment before continuing, as if he's trying to change the subject. Well, I'm certainly happy that you've taken interest in androids, but what? But you should be careful. About what? You've seen them on TV, right? People who are obsessed with androids. They say it's pretty tough to deal with as time goes on. Robots are robots, humans are humans. You should never forget this boundary between them. Robots are mere tools designed to make our lives easier. Nothing more, nothing less. Me being struck by lightning is more likely. Fall in love with a robot? That's just crazy. I know. Of course, I don't expect that to happen to you, of all people. But you know, better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry. Alright already. I'll keep it in mind. Yeah, we can better be safe than sorry. He nods in response. Beep boop beep. Boop beep boop. Before I knew it, today's last class finally came. At last, another monotonous day of school is coming to a close. It feels like this lecture's lasting all eternity. It's like I'm stuck in molasses. The chalkboard is filled with scribbles that are barely decipherable, making it very hard to understand the lesson, which is painful enough already. I can't take it anymore. The teacher is also awful at explaining things. His words go through one ear and right out the other. Unable to hold back the incoming fatigue, I let out a small yawn. Glancing around, it looks like no one's doing much better. All these mediocre teachers have one thing in common. Their teaching method is way too convoluted. Bunch of rotten snobs, that's what they are. Oh, as long as he doesn't fall asleep. Should be fine. And yet, time marches on. A teacher's dreadful onslaught of words ultimately comes to an end. Watching a politician's speech is more riveting in comparison. All that's left now is to go home. Time to get out of this place. I pack my belongings hurriedly, waving goodbye to Dr. Gears as I start to head home. Downtown streets. On the way, I suddenly realized something. I'd nearly forgot about the androids. Yuppie. We almost forgot her. Almost ended up heading straight home. I double back towards the repair shop. Arriving, I peek through the windows. The place is not too busy, with no sign of the repairman. Wasting no more time, I head in.
Antique shop へようこそ。何かお探しですか?
As soon as I set my foot inside, I was immediately greeted by a female staff. The voice had a sweet, vibrant texture. It really caught me off guard. Never expected a girl to be manning the store. I guess she is a part-timer. Turn around to face the person calling out to me, and my jaw drops to the floor. You... Her face lights up when she finally recognizes me. Oh, it's Lucy!
やっと来てくれたんですね、マスター。首を長くして待っておりました。
Oh, she looks so amazing. She looks so cheerful. It was the android named Lucy Valentine who had greeted me at the door. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? There's no way that useless thing could be standing there talking to me. Her voice changed so much. And what's with that smile? I double check. You're Lucy, right?
はい、そうですよ。ルーシーは他でもないルーシーです。
Aww. Well, guess that settles it. How'd you end up like this?
はい、マスター。どうなっているかと言いますと
That voice and your face. And you're standing on your own, right?
はい、もちろんです、マスター。ルーシーは今、2本足で立っているんです。えへん。
Oh, that's a hem. Yummy. Lucy puffs up her chest, looking proud. I mean, that's not really something to be proud of, but thinking back to how she was before, it was damn well impressive. You do look better now, so there's nothing wrong with you anymore?
はい、マスター。今のルーシーは体が軽く、すぐにでも飛べそうなくらいですよ。
That's amazing. For emphasis, she spins and plays like an excited ballerina. Aw. She had the appearance of a mature, well-pampered maiden, yet at the same time looked silly like a child. But the spin abruptly ends as she crashes onto the floor. And there goes my peace of mind.
まだ元通りにはなってないみたいですね。
Lucy smiles sheepishly. Oh, I'm at a loss for words. That deceptively human voice, her vibrant personality full of such emotion. Her face displaying all manner of expressions. Each movement bursts with spirited passion. To say that I'm amazed would be a gross understatement. My brain's turned to mush. I can't utter a single word. I won't show it on the outside. It's weakness to lose control of your emotions. Well, that, plus, I don't want to admit to her that I'm surprised. That's one heck of a change in just a few hours.
初めてマスターに褒めてもらいました。嬉しい。
Aww. I'm complimenting the guy who fixed you up, of course.
そんな。
How can I possibly explain this? Magic? Had she been enchanted by a witch? Old childhood stories spring to mind. A nine-tailed fox who desired to become human. The Little Mermaid who also wished to become human. What happened to them? Let's just say they didn't get a happy ending. But this robot makes me think, if that Little Mermaid's wish ever came true, wouldn't she be celebrating just like this? Enough of this claptrap. Back to the matter at hand, which is, where's the repairman? Say, what happened to that guy who put you in charge?
はい。店長さんは必要な物資を調達するために出かけています。
He's not here? What about his store?
お店は立派な店員が代わりに当番しています。
Aww. An assistant? Where?
あはんあはん。
So where's his assistant?
あはんあはん。
I don't see anyone.
あはん。
Oh, that sure took the wind out of her sails. She's having more highs and lows than a bipolar patient. Feeling bad for her, I decide to drop the act. Okay, I get it. You're the one in charge for the time being.
そうです、マスター。今はルーシーが店番をしています。
She sure bounced back fast. Moreover, what's the deal with the repairman? Leaving Lucy to take care of the store on the first day she just met her. Such a ditzy robot. There'd have to be a few cards short of a full deck to think this was a smart idea.
マスター、何か考え事でも。
Yes. Not thinking about anything. Can you stop calling me master all the time?
でも、マスターはマスターです。
Use my name instead.
でも、ルーシーはマスターの名前を知りません。これを機に教えてください。
True. I watched it up last time. Let's run through the choices. Oh, of course we're going with Akumi. Of course. Akumi? I have an even better name. The name's Mr. Handsome. This is amazing.
マスター、そんな嘘は通じません。
Oof, the bird. The bird.
他人を騙すなんて良くないです。嘘は罪です。
Oof. So you're telling me I'm ugly?
いえいえいえいえ、そういう意味で言ったわけでは。ミスです、ミス。
Miss. She curls up instinctively, thinking she might be scolded for messing up.
そうでなくて、名前に嘘をついたらダメってことです。本当の名前を教えてください。
Really? And why do you think I'm pulling your leg?
さっき名前を入力しているのを見ました。
Yabe. They're breaking the third wall. Oh, come on. Even the game's working against me. I love these small things. Like they're implementing and mentioning the game as well. And her seeing us have inputted it. Forget it. Just call me master.
はい、マスター。
So we're not even going to use our name. Okay, fair.
マスター。
What?
マスター。
What do you want?
なんとなく呼んでみました。
No. Are you messing with me now? Are you
いえい
messing with me?
え、めっそうもございません。マスターと呼べる方がいて、とっても嬉しいです。
No.
だから、なんとなく呼んでみました。
She cracks a wide smile. Is she or human? I think she wasn't drugged. For a robot? Maybe she still got a screw loose. Or programming still corrupted. Whatever the case, I just can't get a beat on her. Where's that stupid repairman? Let's wait for the repairman. Or we just run off with Lucy not pay. 10 minutes later. The man in question finally shows up. As soon as we lock eyes, the guy makes a beeline towards me. Nearly bowls me over as he pleads. Please let me have Lucy. What kind of screwed up situation is this? It's like he is asking for my daughter's hand in marriage. I should beg. No, I will not let you marry her. What are you on about? You hire something. That's my line. What do you think you're doing? It only takes some time to collect himself. Maybe I got a bit carried away. Kid, how about I pawn that android off you? Now why am I not surprised? You want me to sell her? Yeah, I can give you this much. Takes out this calculator and shows me the figures. Mind goes numb for 5 seconds. Are you serious? Of course, what do you think? Not a bad deal for a student, right? This is a Tanado, even for an adult. With the state this place is in, I don't think he has that kind of capital. He's obviously desperate. I stare at Lucy in silence. The android frozen like a statue. That face of hers almost looks sad. Like a slave about to be sold off. Oh, maybe that's a bit extreme. He's not about to eat you alive or anything. Turn back to face the repairman. You'd pay this much? You really think Lucy is worth that kind of money? Of course! He yells in excitement. She is. Definitely much. Listen carefully. Any decently priced robot model comes with an AI or a module that allows them to mimic human emotions. You know this much, right? Sure. Well, creating such a module is an incredibly complex process. Even then, do you know how well they perform? Compared to a real person, they're still a long ways off. Right. Even cutting edge, their mimicking emotion is rudimentary at best. We're still not at that stage where it's considered genuine. I think I'm beginning to see the picture here. Looking back at Lucy, start to put together what he's trying to tell me. You're a sharp one. Teaching kids pretty well these days. So, you savvy what I'm saying? Lucy's actually a person disguised as a robot. Lucy is actually a princess under a spell. Lucy is well, she's an exceptionally well-made robot. But is she actually a princess under a spell? Or is she actually a person disguised as a robot? I think she's disguised as a robot. Let's just save in case we make any bad mistakes. In a nutshell, you're telling me that Lucy is actually a person disguised as a robot. There's someone inside controlling her, right? He seems to be at a loss for words. It's probably not because he was impressed. I'm joking. You're telling me that Lucy is an exceptional robot that's about as close as it gets to a real person, right? Honestly, I was quite surprised about that as well. I've never seen such a robot that could emulate a real person so well. Even the new models nowadays reveal their flaws after a minute-long conversation. But I couldn't sense anything particularly out of place while chatting with Lucy. It felt just like talking to a real person. Yep, to put it simply, this is a person made out of metal. A human robot. An Iron Maiden revolution in the robotics industry. The guy who created Lucy must be a true genius. That aside, good thing he caught himself before calling Lucy a certain power armor wearing superhero. Nobody likes patent infringement lawsuits. Nice. Anyway, if she was such a spectacular robot, would she really be thrown away like that? Did run into something weird. There's some sort of a built-in protection feature that was stopping the robot from working properly. Protection feature? Rings a bell, something the junk version Lucy might have mentioned yesterday. Whatever it was, she seems to be doing fine now. And you removed it? Yeah, it wasn't too difficult, since it was just one of those you put on display models. Just curious as to why they would bother doing such a thing before throwing it away. It appears to be lost in thought. Might mean that the inventor wanted to keep this new technology sealed away for humanity. If not, then maybe. What if there was a serious bug? That's what I thought too, so I ran some tests but found nothing. Safe to say that she won't be harming anyone. Why would she ever want to harm people? Just saying that she properly obeys the 3 laws of robotics. Oh yeah, the ones that we already learned. At least she won't be a threat. Ah. 3 laws of robotics. 1. A robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. 2. A robot must obey the orders given it by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as its protection does not conflict with the first or second law. These laws enable humans to keep control of robots. They make sure that humans will always have authority over robots. That's how we can avert any catastrophe. Further, if a robot ever disobeys one of the laws, it will immediately shut itself down under any circumstances. That's why there aren't any glaring flaws to the system. Shift my focus back to the numbers displayed on the calculator and glancing at Lucy. I'm reminded of a forlorn puppy and it's really bothering me. With sudden determination, she approaches me.
マスター、お話中申し訳ございませんが。
What's wrong?
多目的用途として作られたルーシーは本当に様々なところで応用が可能です。間違いなくいろいろなところでお役に立てると思います。
Aw, wait, is she trying to hype herself up so we don't try to sell her? Yes, and?
ですから、
So what?
私、
Oh! I never get tired of seeing this Lucy look so. Aw, how dare you? To satisfy the hidden sadist within me. She's really trying to put in a show for me. Essentially, she's a self-advertising product. You don't see that every day. Willing to go this far for me? It would be too cruel to let her go at this point. Yeah, it's gonna make the deal, so don't worry. As I finished my sentence, the looks on their faces were different as night and day. The repairman sulks while Lucy breathes a sigh of relief. Anyway, she's good to go now, right? Here you go. I resignedly fork over the money. All my hard-earned cash. Bitterly, the repairman accepts payment after a moment's hesitation. She's better. But be careful not to put any strain on her legs for a while. Keep it light and cut down on the excursions. Sure. You gotta play piggyback again? Wonderful. She's not too happy, so I can manage. Thanks for all your help. This guy's really good at that. Practically bleeding out over the android. Maybe I'll throw him a bone. Look, we'll do regular checkups. Sound good? Okay, but make sure to treat her well. Don't overwork her too much, alright? See you later too, Lucy. You can visit anytime. Look in his face while waving goodbye to Lucy. It's truly a spectacle. This time he seemed to be the father seeing his daughter leave with another man. The guy's completely out of it. I definitely made the right choice. Yep. Would have turned bad most likely. Exciting. Exiting. We head out to the sidewalk. I stop in my tracks. In silence, I kneel down, facing away from Lucy. Hop on. I add an explanation to make sure that she understands. That means you lightly put your arms around my neck and climb onto my back.
Master, ちょっとお聞きしますが。
What is it?
バカだと思っていますか?
I guess I no longer have to worry about being choked to death. I feel her weight gradually shift into my back. For a robot, she's very light. She was probably measured to weigh as a normal girl. Huh?
どうしましたか?
No. It's nothing. Look at her eyes. She has so much color in her eyes again. As soon as she climbs into my back, I can't help but notice a fragrant aroma rising from her body. It's neither too intense nor fleeting. It gently spreads evenly among my nose. It starts with this fruity scent reminiscent of a youthful girl. Yet there is a hint of spice aching to a mature woman. It doesn't fail to stimulate the mind of a teenage boy going through puberty. This is bad. I've never experienced something like this. It didn't happen this morning, but why now? Probably because of the smell. It wasn't there earlier. Feeling a little faint, I desperately tried to get a grasp of the situation. She's measuring my heart rate? That's not fair. I feel a little embarrassed for feeling that I'm a nervous wreck right now. Unable to hold back, I decide to be honest to myself. The smell. What is it? She takes out a bottle of perfume amongst many. Oh, so she sprays on some perfume. Oh, that's amazing. Jeez, that guy is scary. Really scary. He's the type of person who'd spend the whole day forcing his pet dog into different clothing. If you'd consider that as animal abuse, wouldn't this be some kind of robot harassment? Well, I don't know. All this stuff, just for a robot. What a silly guy. Why are you laughing? Had I just been seduced by a robot? Well, there goes all of my dignity as a human being. What are you going on about now? I purposely tried to sound irritated. Doesn't affect her in any way, however. Now we're being nice to her. You're lighter than I had expected. Well, you're lighter than I had expected. Yeah. Is that supposed to be funny? Have you been deceived all your life? Maybe I was being too rough on her. I didn't think she'd start being so skeptical. Before I ruin her completely, I decided to treat her a little kinder from now on. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, look at that smile. I hear a small giggle coming from my back. Would the robot really feel that flattered to be called light? I don't know. Humans can't be expected to understand the robot's heart. Soon enough, the streets became immersed in the orange glow of the evening sun. The scenery was changing more slowly than usual today. Maybe it's because I'd been carrying Lucy on my back, but it's not that a lot of time had passed. Winter was just on its way, as evidenced by these increasingly shorter days. Lucy hasn't said anything for a while. I still glance at her, wondering if she's asleep, but she's not. Aww. She appears to be lost in thought, staring at everything in sight. She looks like a child inside a pleasant dream. I can see her eyes sparkling. Is it really that fascinating? This place. I can't say if I agree with that. Unlike downtown, there aren't many distractions here to keep us busy. Nor are we near any beautiful landscapes. We're just walking down a plain, old street that you can find anywhere. What part of this place do you find marvelous? Ah, subete. Everything?
らしいです。昔は外出する時も許可が必要でしたから。
え
外に出てこんな風に散歩する機会は数えるほどしかありませんでした。
How sad. Who treated her like that? How dare they?
そうですね。強いて言えば、こうして動いている間にも周りの景色が変わっていくのが素晴らしいと思います。ルーシーの知らない風景がまた別の何かに変わっていく姿が、こ
Aww.
うしてゆっくり景色を眺められるということが、そういうのがとても不思議に思います。本当に素晴らしいと思います。
I see. I couldn't relate to the sensation she just described.
マスター、
Aww. What is it?
本当に申し訳ありません。
Eh? What's with you all of a sudden? I'm caught off guard by the unexpected apology. Had she really done anything wrong?
ルーシーが今日迷惑ばかりかけましたよね。申し訳ございません。もともとは落ち着いた性格で、制作段階では他人を理解できる包容力をメインコンセプトにして設計されたのですが、
I found it strange how Lucy was telling me what kind of person she was supposed to be. If anyone other than Lucy had told me the same thing, I'd probably have laughed at them. Anyone by himself will never be able to find out what kind of a person he truly is. Sitting in front of a mirror reveals all the flaws of your body. Sitting in front of a person reveals all the flaws in your personality. If you ever want to find out something about yourself, it needs to be reflected back to you by something else. That is why attempting to describe your own personality is the same as describing what kind of person you would actually want to be. It'd just be a bunch of pretentious nonsense. This is only the case for humans. Lucy's an android. She's not human. That's why it doesn't sound strange coming from her.
初めてマスターになる人に巡り会えて嬉しかったんです。久しぶりの起動だったからか騒ぎ立ててしまったこともありますが、
It was such a natural explanation about how she felt. She was happy to meet her first master. She was happy to be able to finally move around again. You've never served anyone else before?
はい、マスターが初めてのマスターです。
Aww. Is that so? So she's a new model that no one has ever touched. That line of thinking sounds dirty, but that's not what I mean.
研究所にいた頃は楽しかったです。そこにいたみんながよくしてくれました。いろいろな話をして、いろいろなことを教わりました。
A lab? Did she say? Oh, I'm sure they treated her well.
何か面白い答えを出したり指示された行動をするとたくさんの人が喜んでくれたんです。特に真面目に貢献した時にはルーシーが本当に賢いと頭を撫でながら褒めてくださいました。ルーシーはそれがとても嬉しかった。嬉しくてもっとたくさんのことを学び、もっとたくさん話をしました。そうすればするほどもっと可愛がってくれたんです。
Aww. We were probably just testing our abilities, yeah, but still. My mind, I found the whole scenario unsettling. Lucy, however, it's a treasured memory of her past. There's an important question yet to be answered. Then why were you abandoned? Always been meaning to ask her, but can't easily bring myself to do so. Ask myself why. Maybe it's because I'm starting to care about this robot's feelings. I shake my head. That's just plain nuts. It's only because she sounds just like a real person. It's a dangerous thought. Let's get it out of my head. I blurt out the question. Then why were you abandoned? Lucy goes silent. Nothing is said for a while. Quietness stretches into an awkward silence. I start to regret asking the
みん
question.
なルーシーのことが嫌いになったのだと思います。
No. Oh. It's such a sad answer. With those words, Lucy finally breaks the
いつ
silence.
からかみんなルーシーに笑いかけなくなりました。みんなルーシーを褒めてくれなくなりました。みんなルーシーのメインシステムを起動してくれなくなりました。
No.
予備電力で時間が経つのだけは感知できました。何もできないまま、ただ時間だけが過ぎていく感覚だけを感じ、そしてある日、
And one day she found herself left in the dust. But she probably wanted to say. Maybe they didn't like something about her, or they found a significant flaw within her design. They don't like the fact that they had just tossed her aside after giving her so much love and attention. Aren't they being too inconsiderate? A small rage boils inside of me, directed at those cruel researchers with no sense of responsibility. When I regain my senses after a few seconds, I become surprised at how angry I was. What was I thinking? They were just throwing away a failed experiment. The object on my back is nothing more than an impressive fake. She's not real. She's not a living creature. It's only natural that useless machinery is thrown away. No need for me to be so angry.
マスター、また脈拍が上がっています。どうかしましたか？
It's nothing. And stop measuring that all the time.
でも自動で体温を測るようプログラムされています。
Then it's an order. I order you not to measure anything from now on.
命令ですか？それでは仕方ありませんね。
There is another silence, but this time, not an unpleasant one. Aww.
ですからマスターにはとても感謝しています。
I just can't seem to figure out this robot's train of thought. What?
捨てられてどのくらいの時が流れたのかわかりません。でもルーシーにとっては永遠にも等しい時間でした。周りは暗闇で人の気配など全くなくて、とても暗くてとても静かで、とても寂しかった。
Oof. Oof.
そんな中、マスターの声が聞こえました。
I don't remember talking to you like that.
それでもルーシーにとってはまるで天使のささやきのようでした。
Oh, damn.
何もない暗闇の中に初めて一筋の光が差したのです。
Yes, I forgot some parts about this visual novel. Let's just say that's quite touching moments. And the sad moments as well. Like, I played this visual novel so long ago. Oh crap. Yup. What did I just do? Yabe. I think I played this game like definitely more than 3 or 4 years ago. So I don't even remember that much from it. At last.
ルーシーに何度も声をかけてくれました。
Oh. You're overreacting. She's definitely going overboard with this. I just happened to notice her while casually
マ
passing
スタ
by.
ーに気づいてもらえるよう必死でした。残りの力を振り絞って、そしたら今まで動かなかった腕が動いたのです。
There were only a few words which didn't contain any significant meaning. It was only on a moment's whim that I'd taken her home. I was surprised those simple actions were such a big help to the robot.
ルーシーに手を差し伸べてくれたこと、本当に感謝しています。
Being able to say the most embarrassing things without hesitation. I guess that's one of the advantages of being a robot. I can feel my face beginning to flush. Quickly duck in order to hide my embarrassment. Shut up. I'm gonna make you pay for what you're worth. You'd better be ready for it.
はい、マスター。覚悟しておきます。
What's so funny? Why do you keep laughing like that? It's creeping me out.
わかりません。さっきから笑いが自然とこみ上げてくるんです。故障みたいです。どうしましょう。
Lucy quietly rests her cheeks against my shoulder. The sensation of her soft skin causes me to flinch. She feels very much different compared to this morning. Feels as if I'm carrying a real person on my back instead of a robot. I start to wonder what could be causing this difference in perception. Was it just a placebo effect? Had something really changed since the morning? Something really did change. Was it me? Or the robot? I continued to ponder over the question on the way home. Never managed to come up with an answer. Three laws. Robotics. 1. A robot may not injure a human being, or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. 2. A robot must obey the orders given it by the one possessing control or authority, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. October 13th. Us. I unlocked the front door and entered the house. Unlike usual, I could sense someone's presence inside. I hear a couple of voices from the television inside the living room. My father appears to have returned home early. It makes me feel uneasy. Effortlessly remove my shoes, using only my feet. Come to think of it, I was always home alone. It's been this way ever since I'd grown old enough to take care of myself. Before that, we used to have a housekeeper watching over the place. However, this was only until I began middle school. From then on, I was always by myself. I would eat breakfast alone. I would eat dinner alone. The cycle would repeat endlessly. I don't even remember the last time all of us ate dinner together as a family. There's no such thing as a home-cooked meal in this household. I've eaten so many different kinds of instant foods in my life that I've come to memorize every product of every brand. My father puts his work before family. And my new mother follows my father everywhere to support him while practically ignoring me. That is my family. At this point, it feels out of place to see someone actually at home. My father is on the couch watching television. You're back. He doesn't even turn around to face me. It implies that he is not in a good mood. Yes, father. You're very late. I checked the time. It wasn't actually that late. There are times when I'd be back much later. I wonder if this man even knows how old I am. Or have you been wandering around for so long? Don't you know that you'll be in college soon? I don't bother replying, says the guy who never paid any attention to me. I think to myself, I've not got along too well with my father. Our relationship compares badly with other families. That's to be expected. We've never spent much quality time together. Going to the zoo or playing soccer together. I don't have any of those fond memories that other kids my age probably have. My earliest memories are of my father's stern face, so it would be even more bizarre if we actually got along. As I stand in silence, the old man launches his next attack. Are you not listening to me? He still doesn't bother looking at me. I've gotten used to minding my own business. We keep to our own devices. Of any conflicts within a family, you would normally need to sit down together and talk about it. But my father doesn't think there's any need for that. He thinks everything is fine the way it is. It'd be really painful to talk face to face with that man, though. I just stopped by somewhere on the way home. Yeah, I'll just deal with our usual exchange. As long as I don't make him angry, that's good enough for me. Just need to maintain the peace between us. It's always been this way. As usual, I try my best to not rock the boat. I don't know what you kids are up to these days, but remember that students like you should be studying. I'm saying this for your sake. Stop hanging around with those brats who only care about having fun. You can't afford to lose sight of your main goal. Stay focused. I'll be going to my room now. With that said, I try to make my escape. Our conversation would usually end about here. Lucy, who'd been silent all this time, decides to whisper something into my ear.
失礼ですが、マスター。あの方はマスターのお父様ですか?
I hesitate whether I should tell her or not. In the end, I quietly whisper back, yeah. Lucy taps my shoulder.
もう下ろしてください。
I have no choice but to grant her wish. Maybe Lucy's voice has caught him by surprise, because my father finally turned to face me. He's wearing a bewildered look. Who's your guest? With a mild smile, Lucy rubs onto the edges of her skirt. And then she performs a flawless curtsy that would make a princess envious.
お父様。多目的用途として作られたアンドロイド、ルーシー・バレンタインと申します。今日からこちらのお世話になることになりましたので、何卒よろしくお願いいたします。
What? It's just a robot. His attitude changes completely. Sharpness in his voice penetrates every part of my body. Lucy doesn't seem to notice, or rather, she's pretending not to. He continues with a smile.
掃除、洗濯、料理、何でもお任せください。ルーシーは一般家庭における多くの家事をプロ並みにこなすことができます。
I'm sorry, but there's nothing we need from a robot in this family. I suggest that you go look for somewhere else to stay.
申し訳ございませんが、お父様、ルーシーにできることは数えきれないくらいありますよ。
Oh, this is not good looking good. Meanwhile, Lucy continues to ramble on, completely oblivious to what's about to happen.
先ほど申し上げた以外にも、お父様が心配なさっている息子さんのための教育も可能です。もちろん、素晴らしい教師の教育法を厳選して参考にしています。
He's talking as if she's about to become our personal tutor.
それ以外にも優秀な機能はたくさんあります。お裁縫や不自由のない暮らしのための家政婦。
Just where did you get this piece of junk? Get it out of my sight. His angry outburst is as sudden as it is intense. Cut just Lucy off guard. She stumbles backwards in alarm. No surprises here. Saw all of this coming from a mile away. A present from a friend. I lie instinctively. If I honestly tell him that I'd found her in the trash, he'll definitely force me to take her back there. I'll just say that I got her from Dr. Gears. My father knows his manners. There's no way he'll make me throw away your present. Ha, really? You haven't stopped being a troublemaker since you were little. What have I always told you? Robots are ruining society. You forget about all of that. My father has always been like this. Robots are becoming increasingly more common. They're gradually making their way into our daily lives. My parents consider them as intruders infiltrating human society. They're unable to catch up with the shifts in technology while they refuse to let go of their traditional ways. They simply refuse to coexist with robots. Thanks to that, I grew up hearing nothing but bad things about robots. But what's wrong with keeping one around the house? What's wrong, you ask? I've read that most families own androids nowadays. Why can't we just keep one around for convenience? I've clearly just added fuel to the fire. Convenience? Think about the type of people that care about convenience. Convenience makes us lazy, and when we're lazy, our minds don't work properly. Convenience makes our minds weak. It's obvious how they'll live the rest of their lives without realizing that they're hopelessly lazy. They'll just end up living a meaningless existence. I've already lost count of how many times I've heard this from him. Today's lecture is variant B. It goes from A to Z, by the way. I'm so sick of this. I just want to wrap up this conversation so I can leave as soon as possible. Anyway, I've accepted it already, so we should keep it. I'm the one who's going to be using it, so why do you care? Who's the one going to be paying for the electricity? Who taught you to be so selfish? I'm starting to reach my limit. Come on, I want to leave. Then I'll pay for it. I can get a part-time job. Job? You're going to get a job? Going to work when you should be studying? Yes. You even realize how important this phase in your life is. These years in high school could decide the rest of your future. With whose permission are you planning to work? Kids like you should be studying. Just keep your mouth shut and study. Well, I'll pay you back when I grow up, so just leave me alone, damn it. Scream at the top of my lungs. His eyes widen in shock. It was to be expected. I've never raised my voice in front of my parents before. You can do this, you can't do that. Then just what the heck do you expect me to do? So furious that I can almost feel steam rising from my head. At the same time, my father's eyes quickly narrow and begin to burn with rage. You just slap us? Oi! Time slows down and I'm left struggling to process what just happened. I stand in place, holding my sore cheeks as I stare at my father in shock. Not knowing what to do, Lucy's fidgeting non-stop. Just where did you learn to be so stubborn? I've never raised you this way. Shocked and humiliated, I can no longer calm my fiery soul. Turn around and stomp off towards my room. Pull Lucy along with me.
Master?
Hesitating, Lucy eventually makes a short bow to my father and trails along. Behind me, I hear my father yelling. I shut it all out as my blind rage is nearly overpowering. Entering my room, I lock the door behind me. I hear my father yelling as he continues banging on my door for a while. Not sure how many minutes have gone by. It feels like an eternity. Even if I block my ears, I can still sense the floor shaking. I curl up my body and wait for the moment of... Damn, this is pretty heavy. Damn. That's some pretty heavy stuff. The clock slowly ticks away. After a long while, I uncover my ears. The noises have stopped, and I finally begin to relax. As my head eventually clears up, I realize what I've done. Phew, I've finally lost control. I've yelled at my father for the first time in my life. It's been a while since the last time I was hit by my father. It's like the rupture of a dam after so much pressure and strain. Thinking back, it's strange that we've never had any direct confrontations like this one. Our relationship was like an unstable bomb that always managed to prevented from going off. But today was different. What was bound to happen sooner or later. Ooh. Try to slow down my breathing.
マスター
Lucy calls out to me cautiously. What is it?
大丈夫ですか
I wonder what she means by alright. Nothing's alright. I know what she meant. So I give a small nod anyway. With a wet handkerchief from who knows where, Lucy wipes down my sweaty forehead. The fruity smell of her perfume is surprisingly calming.
気に障ったら申し訳ございませんが、マスター
What is it?
お父様にあんな言い方は良くないと思います。
What the heck? Are you also telling me I'm a bad person?
悪いとは言っていません。でもお父様と話すときはもう少し優しく言った方がいいと思います。家族ではないですか。きっと心の中では傷ついていると思いますよ。
Oh, you don't think that I'm bad, huh? When you're the one telling me that it's my fault entirely? I was the one hurt, and he was the one who hurt me. My head is aching, so just drop it and leave me alone.
しかしマスター、メモリーチップに記録された通常の家庭問題を検索してみた結果、家庭不和を招くと思われる会話類型の中にマスターとお父様の間に起こったパターンと似た家庭が多数検出されました。
What are you talking about?
論理的に考えるとマスターの行動は二次問題を招く可能性があります。この問題を解決するためにはまずはマスターが過ちを認めお父様に謝罪を。
Shut up. Your explanation doesn't even make sense and you're calling it logical. You wouldn't understand a thing anyway.
はい、ルーシーが見たのは何かと言いますと
What can you possibly tell from watching us for just 5 minutes? What did you exactly find out about us? How can you say something so ignorant without knowing anything about the past 18 years we've spent together? Answer this. How many minutes are there in a day?
1440分です。
How many in a year?
52万5600分です。
And what about 18 years?
946万800分です。
Expected from a robot. Our calculations are quick and accurate. That's right. Out of the 9,460,800 minutes I've spent with my father, you've seen only 5. It's less than 0.0001%, an insignificant amount. It's my fault that you've had to witness something like this. That man is always finding the smallest excuses to teach me things that only he himself believes. Think of it as throwing out an entire pan of pizza because of a single burnt piece of pepperoni. Where's the logic in that?
先ほどおっしゃった意図をルーシーは完璧に理解できませんでした。
I figured as much. Cause and effect. The universe operates on its principle. Father neglects its son, and of course the son would neglect his father in return. Who is at the bigger fault here?
でもマスター
What?
おっしゃったピザは一切れのペパロニを交換すれば完璧なピザになると思います。
How much longer can I argue with a smiling, carefree robot? I lie down in my bed while hugging my throbbing head. Then I let out one of my trademark phrases. This is why I hate robots. They're all so stupid. Lucy appears to be brooding over something. After a while, she finally speaks up again.
マスター、問題解決のためにはやはりどちらかが謝るべきだと思います。
Then why should I be the one apologizing? I'm not the bad guy here.
マスターが悪くなくても先に謝 謝ればいいと思います。
Not gonna happen. Shouldn't the old guy be more mature and understanding? I'm a high school student. I do stuff on impulse. Do you get what I mean by that?
オートバイに乗り失踪しながら窓ガラスを割っていくそんな時期のことですよね。
Well, that's one way to look at it. Maybe some people actually do that. Kind of exaggerated, but as long as she gets my point. Yeah, I'm one of those kids these days that the adults are always going on about. It's natural that I'd have trouble controlling my emotions. So don't expect much from me. To be honest, I do think that I'm way more mature than the other kids at my age. This is all irrelevant though. I'm sure anyone would take their family matters very seriously.
でもお父様も謝るのは簡単ではないはずです。
How do you know?
そのような性格だからです。
You've learned so much from meeting him for just a few minutes. You're really impressive, I tell you.
時間の長さは関係ありません。ルーシーの中には膨大な類似情報が蓄積されているのです。ルーシーが持っているいくつかのソースによると、
Sources? What kind of sources? Wikipedia? Reddit? 4chan? Those are some pretty bad sources. Ignoring my outburst, Lucy continues.
記録されているお父様の行動パターンおよび声質を精密に分析した結果、お父様は義務感があり、その反面とても真面目で頑固な性格の典型的な亭主関白でいらっしゃいます。すべての感情を抑えることが家庭にとっての美徳だと思っておられます。
Okay, and?
普段の習慣はすぐには直せません。先にマスターが声をかけるべきだと思います。
By the way,
はい。
if you want me to make up with my father, that means I'll have to throw you out. He's not the type of person to make any compromises. Have you even realized this? I guess not.
どうしましょう。追い出されたらとっても困ります。
Don't ask me. Why don't you think before you talk next time? I shake my head. The reason behind this mess of conversation is the fact that I'm talking to a robot. Sometimes I forget that she's a robot in the first place. Sometimes it's reversed, where I end up deliberately pointing out the flaws as a robot. And then everything in my head gets mixed up. This robot really knows how to stress people out. The 3 laws of robot. Yeah, but by now you guys already know it. I'm skipping through that one. May 11. Doctor. Oh? Lucy. Lucy. Lucy Valentine. Can you hear me? Wait, are we currently Lucy? Can you hear me? Lucy Valentine. Yes, Lucy Valentine. That is your name. Lucy. You recognize who I am? Lucy slowly shakes her head. Is that so? I continue. I'm Dr. Ryu. This is the K Robotics Research Lab. Yes, Dr. Yu. I'm your creator.
私を作った人
Yes,
私を作った人一ノ瀬博士一ノ瀬博士
yes, you. That is my name. It's funny to be saying all of this now, but yes, you. That is my name. It's a bit of a late introduction, but be sure to cherish it and remember it.
覚えておきます一ノ瀬博士
Oh? Yeah, wait, can we? No, we cannot. Okay. October 14th, us. And I think this is a great point to stop.
スター
Getting woken up at the end of this, at the beginning of the next one. That would be a great one. Yes. Well then, let's switch over, shall we? Grabbing that one, throwing that one. It's really annoying how it messes with my complete layout. Let's see. 3. Hi. We are back. Hello. So, how did you enjoy the first part? I hope it can be a little bit heavy. I noticed. But like the story, like it's so good. It's so good. I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. Currently, so far. And yeah, it looks like we've already been going on for 2 hours, almost 2.5 already. I'm gonna do that. Carry on. So yeah, this is a great point to stop, especially since the crap, pressed the wrong button. We did save, right? Yeah, I saved. Let's exit the application first. Oh, it really messes up my entire layout. Okay. There we go. Yes. Yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying it as well and are really liking it too. Yeah, as I said, it's one of my favorites. I really like the voiceover of Lucy and her model design. Like her entire design is so adorable. And the responses and the reactions she has. And just, you guys might, like, it will get even better. I'll definitely be looking forward to the next one next week. And yeah, I think I'll be keeping it at that. We've got another stream in around 2.5 hours. Yeah, we've got another stream with the Thursday bunch in 2.5 hours, so definitely make sure to be there as well, where we'll be having tons of chaos again. Because chaos is what happens always. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. I'll be setting up the waiting rooms for Friday and Saturday as well, so keep a lookout, and see you guys next time. Or see you guys in 2.5 hours. It's 2.5 hours. Well then, じゃあまたにゃおつくみ and have a great evening, great morning, great day, and 頑張れ and またにゃまたにゃ